This is my regular Thursday blog, but today I'm more incensed and nauseous and disturbed than ever before. I can't get over the fury that I feel about the phoniness, the low-life quality of the Democratic Party people in this country. Did you hear what the gall that they have to say? There's no pride in them at all. They're just so crude and low about persecuting and attacking Republicans that they have no pride at all about justice, about decency. They're supposed to be the ones who care about fighting for the rights of the minority, and they hated the Republicans because they had somebody like McCarthy who persecuted innocent people, or the underdog who never had opportunities in this country. But somehow when they get a chance and they have power, they try to destroy whoever they see that's in their way. And they have no concern, no compassion, no decency, no respect for any common, whatever is a democracy all about. It's about the difference of opinion, isn't it? So they want to create a fairness doctrine, to recreate this fairness doctrine. This fairness doctrine says that you should have equal time once you're on the radio, and once a Republican, they found out, has most of the voices because of the conservative stations on the radio, they want equal time on the radio. Now, is this ironic and sick and low? If you had any pride at all, would you be ashamed to say this when you have 90% of the communication system of America on your side? The Democrats have all the network news, all liberal. 9 out of 10 journalists were proven to be liberal and to be proven to give contributions to the Democrats over the Republicans. 9 out of 10. Now, if they're giving all the contributions to the Democrats, could they possibly be very impartial? If I'm giving you all my money, I'm investing in your restaurant, would be fine. Would I be telling you how great the food is in the other restaurant that I'm competing with? I mean, how sick could you get? It's proven that in the colleges, at the universities, in the newspapers, every form of medium in America, it's 10-1 Democrats. 10-1 Democrats. 15-1 in Columbia University professors are 15-1 Democrats. 90% of the money of the journalists of America go to Democrats. Now, they know that they have the voice of America in the whole circulation of all the media of this country, the total media of the newspapers and the television and all the blogs and all the internets and everything else. The total voice when they study it is 90% Democrat. Now, what do they want to make sure that you silence every Republican? They shouldn't be able to talk at all. That if you hear one voice, it's a threat to you because you're so intimidated, because you know you're such a fraud and a fake that anybody will find you out, that a lone voice someplace 1 out of 10 times will actually kill your whole career? Is that what you destroyed? How much confidence could you have in what you have to say in your side of the business if you can't tolerate the thought of one voice that opposes you? How much could you believe in yourself, in your philosophy, and what you stand for, and what you represent as a Democrat, if you're afraid of one lone voice on the radio 1 out of 10 times being heard? How low could you get? You ought to be ashamed of yourself. It's as if somebody like Warren Buffett, who could afford to buy a whole automobile company, would be panicky if he found out that I could afford a bicycle. It makes as much sense as Bill Gates, who has billions of dollars, would be disturbed and destroyed if he found out that I could afford to buy a cookie. How stupid could you get? And how distorted is it? How distorted could you be? It's like George Clooney, who has 1,000 girls, would be hurt and nervous and nauseous if he found out that a girl said hello to you. These are very sick people who are defrauding America. They're propagandizing America, and it was proven. It was proven 100% of the time. Study it and find out how often the Republican voice is heard in this country. When they studied the whole history and of this whole campaign for this whole past year, objective analysis proved that 4 out of 5 times when there was a negative story of any personality in the campaign, the negative was against the Republican 4 out of 5 times. 7 out of 9 times the Democrats are heard when the Republican is not heard at all. They don't even report the Republican personalities in the newspapers. They destroy everything the Republicans stand for. We're living in a one-party person, a one-party country. We're literally living in a dictatorship of communication, just like any third world country that's ruled by a dictatorship. Just because it's not an organized dictatorship and you can't recognize who's the guy that's causing it does not mean it's not happening. That's what's happening. And we should immediately demand equal time in every paper, in every college, in every university, in every form of communication. So that instead of 9 times out of 10 it's a Democrat talking to you, it should be an equal voice. If you want equality in the radio, let's have equality everywhere. And let's bury the story of a one-sided press in America.